Oh, man. Oh, bro. That was really pretty, guys. I really like that writing. Bro. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. We are going to be getting into Shippuden today, picking back off after our freaking cliffhanger. Danzo and Sasuke, man. Y'all, I don't have a lot to say except for that. I don't know, man. The lore of this world is just popping off right now. Like, it really is. Every introduction of a character right now or a weapon of them, it's just like some connection back to some village or some clan. And it's just, I want the whole picture, man. I wanted to keep building. I want to keep getting into the Naruto universe. Yeah, dude, it's been really, really good. This 5 Kage Summit arc has been such like an expansion of the world, and I feel like it's due to how well the world was set up. Like, I think a lot of this was only possible because how the world has been set up for a long time and how it's been isolated in certain arcs, or, and I mean not isolated, but you know, just many different nations being developed in different ways, and now it's just expanding full blown. It's just so fun, y'all. I'm loving it. And Danzo and the Uchiha clan, I need to know more, especially with the Itachi, bro. I need it. But yeah, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this one. If you enjoy it, drop a like, comment for me, rig that YouTube algorithm for me. I would appreciate that. And yeah, let's go ahead and watch some Shippuden together. Dude, the wind sword is kind of fucking dope. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I don't want to pump Danzo up too much, but that sword. Ooh.
SASUKEの力、まあこんなところか。早すぎたな。まだ目は開いている。イタチのところへ行って説教でもされ。わしの勝ちだ。
どうなってる？この感じはもう。
Did they both stab each other? It's kind of hard to tell.
どういうことだ。
Let's go.
が起動しない。団蔵、お前の言う通り、サスケの幻術はイタチには及ばない。
Sasuke's doing something to him. Smirk on Sasuke's face right now, bro.
イタチに会うのは貴様の方だ。
やっぱりうちが感じた通り、今の断層は実体だ。
Yeah, how did he like block it? Oh my god, y'all. Is this Danzo's end?
少ししか持たない小さく弱いその幻術の要は使いどころだ。イザナギは車輪ガンを使い捨てにして発動する。一つの目による術の発動はおよそ60秒だが、自殺行為とも思えるサスケの連続攻撃は断蔵の車輪ガンを一つずつしかも確実に減らすことを目的に。
Did he kind of like make him lose track of it?
だから体を差し合う少し前、右腕の車輪ガンはすべてと。
He didn't notice. You can't just didn't make him think.
観察眼なら断蔵、お前よ。
Dude.
お前が気づくよりも早くサスケは幻術をかけ、右腕最後の目が開いているように見せかけていた。お前自身、イザナギの不安定な効果時間を右腕の車輪ガンを見て幾度も確認。サスケはそれを見逃さなかった。イザナギの効果時間がまだあるようにほんの少しの間見せかける程度だが、一瞬の間でも現実にかけられることを前もって確認していた。
Dude, I love the way they're visualizing the genjutsu and everything. Or the flashback of their fight. Oh, y'all, this is crazy. Yeah, I wonder what how much stronger Danzo would have been if I could have used Shisui's. Oh, what the hell is going on with that? God damn it, dude.
あの女、 連れてきて正解だった。役に立つ。わざわざサスケが選ん
She is. Danzo's like, give me a bite of that shit. Bro, what the fuck is going on with his arm? Is you underestimated him? Oh, is Danzo gonna turn into a little tree? Or a big tree? It's like destabilizing.
死にかけてチャクラの制御ができなくなったら柱間の力をそう簡単にはコントロール
Bro. Let's go chop his head off, Sasuke.
右目の動力が戻ったか翡翠の目が復活するまでの間をイザナギでカバーする
Damn, man. I thought he was done for. There's more? Danzo, you fucking piece of shit.
現実として使用するかイザナギとして使い捨てにするのか決めかねているようだな
Of course he would be using her.
そうかけて操るならマダラの方だ。もたもたしてはおられん。傷が深すぎる。
さてサスケどうする
How much darkness is in Sasuke right now? Is he gonna just go right through her?
たったお前が人質とはな。自分の命が欲しいわけではない。この葉のため、忍びの世のため、わしはこんなところで死ぬわけにはいかん。
You think you're so important, bro.
この忍びの世を変える唯一の改革者となる者。
Ego's huge.
動くな、カリン。
Oh, man. Damn, he shot through her.
九死を人質ごと。
そう来なくては
He wanted to see that darkness.
まずは一人目だ。
Don't tell me Karin's dead too. Oh, dude, it's like right through her. Right through her heart.
イザナギをする暇がなかったなダンゾ
サスケ、あんたにとってうちは。
カリン、人質に取られるようじゃ足手まといだ。
Sasuke, you're a piece of fucking shit, dude. Now I feel bad about giving Karin Sakura last episode. Jesus freaking Christ, Sasuke. If Naruto saw that, he would have lost it, bro. That's how far he's fallen, man.
サスケ。
Man, this fight is leaving a sour taste in my mouth now. I should be more happy about Danzo dying here, but yeah, look at him running like a pansy. All I can think about is freaking Sasuke, though. God, he's so arrogant, dude. Oh my gosh.
ダンゾ翡翠の目はいた
Of course he is.
がその前にもう少しだけ聞きたいことがあった。
I love how this backstory gets more and more complicated every freaking time, dude.
こいつが死水の目を。
Oh, he hadn't heard about this. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, wait, are we gonna get more?
大丈夫かダンゾ余計な真似だヒルゼンまあそう言うなこの状況で仲間を失うわけにはいかないだろう
You know, this his comrade was a Hiruzen?
みんなで二代目様と合流しよう
The second Hokage. Dude, Danzo looks like a little bit like a stud back when he was younger. Still has the awful look in his eyes, but
敵は20この追跡力からして雲隠れ誰の金閣部隊か
こちらは二代目様を含めて7人これじゃとても
小村、そんな弱腰でどうする？敵はまだこちらの位置をはっきりとは把握できてない。ここは待ち伏せして不意をつき、逃げ道の突破口を。
無理だ小春。この場合誰か一人が陽動で気を引くしかない。
おとり役かまず命はない誰が
dude, the second Hokage looks dope.
俺は忍びだ忍びらしく戦場で死ぬと決めていたサルトビお前は今何を考えてるお前にはその覚悟があるのか
Oh, it's Sarutobi, dude. The third. This is so cool.
いえ俺はどうした俺がやるってなんで俺がやりますサルトビヒルゼお前 心配するな。こう見えてもお前らの中じゃ一番できると自負してる。死にゃしないよ。震えが止まった。
So Danzo always wanted to be that strong leader, but he couldn't.
今ホッとしてる。これから皆を頼むぞ。団蔵、お前なら黙れ。俺が手を挙げようと思っていた。一人でいい格好するな。おとり役は俺がやる。団蔵、俺の父も祖父も戦場で忍びとして死んだ。自己犠牲は忍びの本分。
おとり役はもちろん俺が行く。貴様たちはこれからの里を守っていく若き日の医師たちだ。
ダメです。あなたは火影なんですよ。里にあなた以上の忍びはいない。
団蔵よ、貴様は猿といつも何かあるごとに張り合ってきたな。だがこの場で必要なのは仲間同士の結束だ。素敵な争いを持ち込むな。決断が遅かったのは事実。まずは己を見つめ、冷静さを欠くことなく己を知ること。今のままでは仲間を危機に陥れる。とにかく団蔵、猿。その年で焦ることはない。いずれその時が来る。
Everybody's time comes.
猿よ、里をしたい貴様を信じる者たちを守れ。そして育てるのだ。次の時代を。
You can tell, yeah, that he's gonna be the next.
明日からは貴様が火影だ。
Bro, so this is how the second actually goes out.
猿、この葉を頼む。
Damn. Danzo's probably gonna be pissed.
俺はいつも
Yep.
の先を歩きやがる。
The rivalry. Bro. Backstory.
ためこの葉のためお前らは決して生かしてはおかぬ。
Oh shit.
これは裏不祥封印術。
サスケ、団蔵から離れろ。ヒルゼン、次はわしの番のようだ。
木の葉舞うところに火は燃ゆる。火の影は里を照らし、
Damn, bro. Goosebumps.
葉は芽吹く。
お前が命を懸けてこの葉を守ったように、今度はわしが。こやつらだけは。だがわしは結局。
Yeah, you didn't have the mindset, bro. Strength, the real strength.
お前には追いつ
Oh, bro. That was really pretty, guys. I really like that writing.
お前は光を浴びるこの葉。俺は闇の中の根。こんな俺をお前はどう思う？
I definitely don't like you, bro. I understand a little bit more now.
お前にとって俺は。
Damn, y'all, really good episode. Wow. I really like that flashback, and I never knew that third Hokage was so close to Danzo. We didn't get like a ton of their inner workings, I guess. Like, I feel like Danzo came a lot more into the picture after the third Hokage died. Like, he wasn't really in... Like, did we even meet him in classic Naruto, or did he only really become a thing in Shippuden? I don't really remember, to be honest, but it's cool having that that context a little bit more about Danzo's character and some of his attitude as well as demeanor, feeling like lesser than and trying to prove himself to a degree. Definitely some like insecurity or self-worth issues that maybe led him to not really find his true strength. That probably was within him somewhere, he just couldn't find it.
さくらさん、
何？
本当のことナルト君に言った方が良かったんじゃないでしょうか。
Yeah, no shit.
そんなこと言えるわけないじゃない。絶対にダメよ。
さくら、おめえはナルトを舐めすぎだ。サスケを見つけたぜ。隣にはあのトビってのもいる。
みんな一度止まって。
Bro, this group is not anywhere near capable of handling these guys.
キバ、サスケ君のいる場所の正確な位置は？
真北に向かって2時の方向、1キロ先だ。
そう、みんなごめん。
やっぱりこれでみんなを眠らせる気だったんですね。は？どういうことです？
Sakura, you shady son of a bitch!
サスケに蹴りをつけようと考えていたようです。なんで一人でやろうとした？
She's being self-sacrificial.
ダメだよ。ここから先は誰も行かせない。
どうして？
こいつ。
No, he's not suspicious. He's being base, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
カカシ先生に行かせないと約束した。なんですって？そういうことかよ。
はい、一度しか言わない。そこをどいて。
God, man. You know when Sai's becoming the one who's like actually based? The Sakura's fallen, dude.
行かせない。お、鳥獣ギガ。
Dude, he's prepared, man.
蛇で締め上げようということですね。
Yeah, bind them up.
そう何度もサスケを野放しにできるかよ。蹴りをつけてやる。
Yeah, Akamaru doesn't... See, Akamaru, you're base too. He's not scared.
方が賢いようだね。
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
リサ。
やっさっとしまった。
And there goes Sakura.
ごめんね。
さんごとやられました。急いでください。
やるね、さくら。
I'm not impressed, bro. Thoroughly not impressed.
サスケくん、私はサスケくんをいつ好きになったんだろう。あの頃の私はクールなサスケくんに憧れ、かっこいいと思うだけだった。
I used to be too. And now look at him, he's a rap bastard.
みんな、聞いて聞いて。私、好きな人ができ
Listen, I'm in love.
手短に話せ。
サスケくんとか言わないでよ。なんでわかったの？
Because everyone's in love.
春の桜、椿ナルト。
I remember that part was so funny.
そして私はサスケくんと仲間になった。私は春の桜。好きなものは、好きな人は将来の夢も言っちゃおうかな。
It's all about that boy. Got that boy fever.
仲間を大切にしないやつは
Damn, that was the first time we got that line.
仲間になっても私は同じだった。ただただかっこいいサスケくんが好きだった。クールなあの横顔を見つめているだけでよかった。陰りのあるその表情の裏に何があったかなんてまるで考えもせずに。
Yeah, people's values are important, man. Don't just fall for that pretty face, that pretty Uchiha face, man.
サスケ君は必ず私を求める。力を求めてね。
Man, bro, this arc was probably the first one I like. I wouldn't say that. Land of Waves were just definitely one of the first ones I started falling in love. But this one was so cool, man. Orochimaru's reveal was awesome.
サスケくん、しっかりして、サスケくん。
俺はようやく理解した。俺は復讐者。たとえ悪魔に身を委ねようとも力を手に入れなきゃならない道にいる。
Yeah, it started that early, man.
やめて。お願い。やめて。
この朝のことは黙ったろ。
どうしてそう強がるのよ。ずっと苦しんでるサスケくんなんてもう見たくない。私にはサスケくんが。
お前には関係ねえだろ。余計なお世話なんだよ。
サスケくん。サスケくんが抱えていた影、それにやっと気づいた時はもう遅かった。
なんだよ。俺と今から戦え。ちょうどいいってばよ。俺もお前とやりたいと思ってたとこだ。
This part was crazy too, man. The Rasengan power.
二人ともやめて。
さっきの千鳥、同じ里の仲間に向ける大きさじゃなかったが、ナルトを殺す気だったのか。
ナルトは知っていた。サスケくんの影に気づいていた。
さくらちゃん、邪魔しないでくれってばよ。
知らない間にナルトは成長してサスケくんに正面から向き合っていた。二人に置いてきぼりにされたまま、それでも私は変わらなかった。
Sounds like you're a little doing some overcorrection here, Sakura.
私はサスケくんが好きでたまらない。サスケくんが私と一緒にいてくれれば絶対後悔させない。毎日楽しくするし絶対幸せになるはずだから。復讐だって手伝う。絶対私が何とかしてみせるから。だからここに私と一緒に。それがダメなら私も一緒に連れてって。
So self-sacrificial in this case, man. Love is blind, bro.
お前うざいよ。
サスケくんを連れ戻して。
サスケは絶対俺が連れて帰る。一生の約束だってばよ。
何も考えず、ただナルトに重荷を背負わせてしまった。私は泣きついただけ。あなたに頼ってすがりついただけ。自分じゃ何も。だから今度はって。
Take control.
ナルト、少し待たせることになっちゃうけど、今度は私も一緒に。二人に追いつこうと私なりに頑張った。でもサスケくんは私たちの思いを超えてもう届かない場所にいた。
Yeah, man, they've been suffering in this arc.
との約束がなくなっても関係ねえよ。俺は俺自身サスケを助けたいと思ってる。
もういい。私は帰る。ナルト、ごめんね。
I would just been better to tell them the truth and try to align on their goals together, man. Understand where each other's at. Damn, bro, that's crazy. This shit didn't consume Danzo.
忍びの世のため、木の葉のため、お前らは決して生かしてはおかぬ。
So wild, man.
あれは自分の死体に引きずり込んで封印する道連れ封印術。 己の死に際で発動するように十式を組んでいたようだ。
Imagine him just dying of like like of sickness at old age, and then it just destroys everyone in the hospital.
木の葉へ向かう。
この葉ね。
He's gonna go take the fucking eye, bro.
俺はこいつの目を持っていく。サスケ、お前も焦らずアジトに帰って休め。動力の使いすぎだ。いずれ強がってはいられなくなるぞ。
So is Karine dead? I guess we didn't really get it final. I mean, it seems like they imply that she's dead, but
何ができる？
losing light?
達成するには我慢も必要だ。
Oh, he's just taking the body. So is it all connected to his eye?
サスケ、一つ忠告しておく。あの女、いらないならちゃんととどめを刺しておけ。我らのことを知りすぎている。
我らだと。俺がいつお前の仲間になった。
Yeah, she's not dead yet. Walking through the bloodied footprints. This girl literally saved you too, multiple times, bro. Just a girl alone in the woods with a bear. Jeez. Is this like a dream or something? How had she known Sasuke? I guess Sasuke did join Orochimaru very young, so she must have met him.
そうか。じゃあな。
Bro.
あの時の顔が
Yeah, it was a lot kinder, man. He wasn't so far gone yet.
サスケくん
Sakura to the rescue.
昔とまるで感じが違う。これがサスケくん。
何しに俺の前に来た。
こいつは
Your savior.
サスケくん。私もサスケくんについていく。この葉を抜ける。
She's playing his ass, isn't she? Bro. Great episodes, dude. Oh, sad man. Sasuke, you bastard. God, he's so cutthroat now, man. He's literally a villain. Full villain arc, y'all. All right, y'all, let's get in the review section here. The end of Danzo. Man, honestly, emotionally for me, it felt a little, it was not what I was expecting. You know, Danzo has always been set up to be a very frustrating and, I don't know, a little bit of a dark character. Not in the same ways as Sasuke, for example, but definitely from like the Leaf Village's perspective and the shinobi we're used to there, he's been very different. And so it's been something I've been wanting for a while, is Danzo being taken out of this equation. But to be honest, it's definitely overshadowed by the darkness of Sasuke, him further going into the depths of darkness, being used more and more here by Madara for sure. You know, putting his comrades aside, you know, we kind of saw that starting to happen and the confrontation of the Five Kage Summit. At this point, I mean, there's really not much left in him. No, there's barely any light at all. And also getting some context of maybe some of Danzo's rationale for himself, maybe his own dynamics as a character in the flashback that we got. And honestly, I do have a little empathy for him, despite how much of a pain in the ass he was, how much he manipulated things. And I guess I just have a little bit more understanding for him as a person and as a character. Let's talk a little bit about the end of this fight. So Sasuke uses a Genjutsu at the very right time to make Danzo think he still has one eye left. I think that's a really creative way to, you know, kind of overcome Danzo's skill set here with that forbidden visual jutsu. Definitely really well timed by Sasuke, talented, and it just shows like, you know, just because you have a weapon that's taken from someone doesn't necessarily know that you know how to use it as well as the person who naturally is born with it, right? Like Sasuke with Sharingan, he definitely has a better visual display here of his Sharingan versus Danzo that kind of just uses it for that jutsu technique, and ultimately it kind of becomes a weakness. You know, Sasuke turns it around on him at the very end there. But dude, the face-off at the end with after Danzo takes Karine hostage and Madara is like, what are you gonna do here, Sasuke? Let's see. And you could feel the tension, like Sasuke, you know, Karin's asking for help, for support, and you see kind of the tension in this situation here. Sasuke telling her not to move, and you see some relief, being like, oh yeah, he's got me. Nope, shot right through it. I thought maybe for a moment he would like shoot through her, like, you know, in a place that wouldn't be like a vital point, but he's so cutthroat, he's so full of darkness, he's so selfish at this point for his revenge that he doesn't care, and he just shoots right through her. Really, really sad. But dude, Madara's reaction, he's like, that's like one of the most menacing looks we've seen from, at least, you know, like the eye that he has. Like, he looked like joyful in the darkness of Sasuke. You know that he's just scheming. He's like, oh, I can further use this lost man here. But yeah, dude, really sad. I mean, Karin seems to be alive still, but Sasuke was gonna fucking finish her off. By the way, in the flashback of Karin with when Sasuke comes to save her, I kind of thought that was like when, because as far as I knew, he had only met her through when he had joined Orochimaru, and she was kind of like one of those people with Orochimaru, right? But it looks like it was from the Chunin exams, which I think is really cool. You know, they had like that Earth scroll, and like he's like, oh yeah, you have the same scroll as me. But yeah, you see the difference in his face there, his demeanor. Honestly, I won't talk too much about Sakura in episode 212 in this. I think we can probably save a little bit more of that for the next episodes, where I'm assuming that we're gonna get some kind of face-off or at least dialogue between Sakura and Sasuke. But I did really like the flashback kind of scene, not necessarily for Sakura's perspective, although I think it adds context to her actions right now, but almost more so to see the progression of the darkness within Sasuke as we go from the moment we met him in classic Naruto and him still having a lot of his, I don't want to say light, but like more of himself, more of the authentic version of himself versus this revenger. Yeah, man, it pretty crazy to see. It's a good recap to see just how far he's fallen. There were some really good standstill shots of just the evil in Sasuke, man. Like when he's like walking after Danzo and he's like, so yeah, man, it's just bad. Like he just, yeah, it was hard to watch Sasuke's actions in this one, his demeanor in general. But yeah, let's also shift here and talk about Danzo a little bit, because, you know, one thing I really enjoyed in these episodes was the flashback, but more so just around understanding who Danzo is. So when he does take Karin hostage, it's funny because Sasuke kind of calls him out. He's like, you kind of have glorified self-sacrifice, and yet you're kind of being a hypocrite taking a hostage here. You know, you're not willing to give yourself up. And he kind of makes the excuse that, you know, he has more to do for the Leaf Village. He can't die here. You know, he has this greater ambition, basically. And then we go into this flashback where he's with Sarutobi, the third Hokage, although he's not the Hokage at the time. Hiruzen? I'm just gonna call him Sarutobi, guys. This is why I didn't recognize his first name. And you know, Sarutobi saves him right off the bat, and I guess they're in some kind of conflict with the Cloud Village. Really interesting. They're outnumbered. Their backs are against the walls. We see Chia there. I think one of them looked like to be from Choji's clan. We see the second Hokage, of course, and his demeanor. But the biggest thing that comes from this is that there's a moment where they all realize that they need somebody to step up to be the decoy, to basically serve as that self-sacrificial piece. And Danzo has this, almost this like ambition or duty within him to want to do that, to live up to his, I guess, his father and grandfather who sacrificed themselves on the battlefield. And he wants to do it, but he's shaking, he's scared, he doesn't have the courage or the strength to be able to do that. And he kind of just hesitates there from that fear, and Sarutobi instead offers it up, and you can see how he's upset about it, and then he kind of like, it's like, no, I'll do it, you know, I should do it, yeah. Don't take the spotlight, you know, kind of projecting his own insecurity here. And eventually the second Hokage, you know, it's like, no, of course I will do it. You all are the future, the fire, right? passing down the will of the fire to them, names Sarutobi to be the third Hokage after this day, and basically fulfills the role of the strength and courage of a leader here, right? The second Hokage. And you can see that Sarutobi was meant to step into that place because he has that same strength within him. And I think that is a really big thing, is that Danzo just never really had that strength, it seems. He never had that level of courage or strength to actually be a authentic self-sacrifice for the Leaf. It was always, instead he kind of always had to operate from the darkness to try to protect the Leaf. He had to serve as the foundation, right? And do it in his own way, or kind of trick himself into thinking that his actions were that of a Hokage, into thinking that he was kind of protecting the will of fire here. But in reality, to me, what this kind of shows is that he was never really meant to be a leader. I mean, maybe if he could have gone past his insecurity and built true courage and strength, he could have been, but where he wasn't willing to accept his cowardness, his fear, his lack of strength. And instead he was just trying to kind of like brute force that he would be, he would live by this self-sacrifice, right? By this duty that he's kind of almost forcing upon himself, to an unhealthy expectation. And yeah, I think, if he had maybe recognized kind of like the third Hokage or the second Hokage was saying, like, know yourself rationally and before you kind of try to act like this, maybe he could have accepted where he was and grown from there to develop true strength. But instead he was kind of just like mimicking it, right? He was being performative. And I think it shows that, don't have those like preconceived expectations for yourself. Don't just like take on the duty or expectations of the world around you or the people in your life. We are all meant for a certain place in this world, I feel like, and Danzo was trying to force himself into a position of leadership, and I don't think he was really meant to be a leader, at least at that time, and he definitely faltered his progress as well. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a hard thing for people to accept, is that like everyone's meant to be the best, or meant to be that leader, meant to be that empathetic, courageous leader. I think we can all strive to have courage and to grow, but I think we all kind of fall into our natural places, and that doesn't mean that like the Hokage or the leader is better than anyone else. The Hokage is only as good as the people underneath them too, for them to have courage in their own places. And Danzo just couldn't really accept that, it seems, and because of that, it kind of falters his strength as a person. For all we know, maybe if he had accepted his weakness, understood himself a bit more, and maybe healed from that, he could have maybe grown to be someone who really could embody that Hokage figure, that person who really can self-sacrifice through strength and courage, like we see the second Hokage and Sarutobi do in this series. So I just really love that, though. I think it shows the difficulty of trying to live up to certain expectations or accept duty that you aren't necessarily ready for, or how it can maybe give you some cognitive dissonance, right? And I especially really love, like, after Danzo dies and we see the flashback to him and Sarutobi as kids, and he's always like chasing after him. And I like the whole depiction of the yin and yang, right? How Sarutobi was a tree leaf upon which light shone, and Danzo was a foundation hidden in darkness. I kind of like that dichotomy a little bit there, right? Definitely shows the differences in their characters, but who knows if Danzo would have stayed as that, right? Like if he had really accepted his insecurities a little bit, maybe he could have gone into the light a little bit more. But I don't know, maybe it's also a narrative from the author here that there needs to be balance between, the courageous leader and his subordinates who might be kind of doing maybe a little bit more of the dirty work for the village. I don't know, but personally, I think, at least how I interpret, or what resonates with me more, is a bit more that this expectation that Danzo kind of externally took from his family members to display his duty, but really didn't have the strength to do it, is what got in his way of truly becoming strong, truly having courage, and instead was just performative, even kind of in his last moments to a degree here. So I really loved the whole backstory. That was really, really well done. What else did we get? Madara takes the eye, of course. Shisui. Shisui? I don't know, bro. I don't know anymore. Shisui. I'm gonna say Shisui. I was kind of surprised that he didn't, or Sasuke didn't have more of a problem with that. Obviously, he was shocked when he learned about that, but like, and there's some sense you would expect that like Sasuke would want to like collect his brethren's eyes, you know, like if he's so upset about the misjustice to the Uchiha clan. I don't know, it kind of reminds me a little bit, I'm thinking like Hunter x Hunter vibes. I don't know if you've all seen Hunter x Hunter, but Kurapika in it, it's not how you say his name for sure, but I call him Kurapika. You know, he's trying to collect all his brethren's eyes and they're all red eyes like that, right? And that's kind of like his conquest for revenge, is not just like killing everybody, but also trying to like recollect his brethren's eyes that were like, you know, valued and sold for a lot of money. And so like part of the revenge conquest is also to kind of like bring back your brethren who have been killed and stolen from, like their bodies decimated, right? So I don't know, maybe Sasuke at some point will do something like that, but it seems like, you know, Madara likes to, I mean, he collected these eyes, but we talked about this a little bit a few episodes ago where he said he likes to have like, I don't remember the exact words he used, but like a stockpile of eyes, or I don't know, he likes to collect strong eyes or something. I don't know. I don't remember what he said exactly, but it was kind of like vague. Like it could have been interpreted as just surface level, or is he like being like kind of just on the nose? I like to collect eyes. Like, does he have more Sharingan out there too? I don't know, man. Like Madara seems to just like want to collect and hoard it all for himself and his power, whereas Sasuke is more about the Uchiha clan's legacy almost, and trying to revenge just how much they've been manipulating, taking, and kind of controlled throughout history, or kind of being that sacrificial clan for just how powerful they were. And Madara kind of uses that power and is using Sasuke to this day. So is Sasuke's growth here going to be through his friends and companions, comrades, bringing him back out of the darkness so that he can maybe, you know, restore that Uchiha clan's legacy in real time, and not give in to the power and push that name further down? Let's go ahead and do the character ratings. For MVP, I'm going to give it to Karin, man. I think just one, practically speaking, her power, you know, kind of being able to, once again, kind of save Sasuke in a way, and Sasuke is just using her, man. He's just using her, and I think her sacrifice has a lot to be said, or should, you know, we should give some weight to it here. But ultimately, I just want to give her MVP because I feel bad for her, man. I feel bad that Sasuke is using her this way. Just shows the darkness within him. Luckily, Sakura shows up at the right time, so maybe Karin isn't dead yet. I'm kind of hoping that she survives. I don't want her to be used to this level. For the best moment, I'm going to give it to Danzo and his backstory. I really love the just fleshing out of his character, his motivations, a bit more understanding why he is the way he is. And I think it's just it's applicable to real life, man. People fall into that trap a lot. I think myself included, honestly. Like, I always have like very high expectations to myself, and I don't know if it's always like a real, genuine, authentic ambition, or if it's like I should just expect more from myself kind of thing, right? But like, where's that real power, strength, and authenticity within myself? I don't know if any of y'all have experienced that. We'll skip over the funniest character, and for Sako, of course, fucking Sasuke being just selfish, and you know, he has no camaraderie now. You know, even compare this to the fight against Killer B a few arcs ago, and how he protected his comrades in those cases, and they were helping him, of course, but he protected them at the end, and he there's still more of Sasuke there at that point, and now he's gone further down, and it's just really sad to see. I'm angry to see it. Yeah, dude, Sasuke, big old fat Sako award. Too many S's, man. But yeah, y'all, I think that'll do for these episodes. I hope you all enjoyed this one. This one was wild, y'all. It really was. Let me know what y'all thought about this one, what your character rates would have been. Let me know if you had any different interpretations of Danzo's character, especially. I would be curious. I feel like he's probably at this point a little split between the community. Like I would imagine there's some people just like, yeah, fuck Danzo, I hate him. And I still don't love him based off of all the history we've seen of him working the shadows. But I do have more empathy for him. I don't know if any of y'all had empathy for him kind of in these final moments with his backstory and whatnot, or at least understand him a bit more. And maybe empathy is a bit too strong for some people, but I think understanding can be there. So, but yeah, appreciate y'all joining me today. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will catch you for the next episodes. Peace.